This season, we see there's a darker Mariah, and we see these tortured motivations that she's going through. How did you approach this character differently this season in comparison to the first season?
I think Mariah has always been tortured. She's always had demons. It all depends on what circumstance a person lands in, what parts of them start to show, or where the cracks come into play. I think the second season, we see her having to struggle more between that line of legality, illegality, power, using power for good, using good power for sustaining legacy. She's got a lot of ethical questions that I think we all have day to day. And I think people will really relate to her a lot this season.
Yeah. Back to season 1, when you first signed on to be a part of Luke Cage, did you know that your character would be like such the centerpiece, villain in this series? Because Marvel kind of faked this out. We thought it was going to be Cottonmouth, and then early on this season we realized you rise up. Did you know that you would be such, and people call you maybe one of the best villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I knew. When they first said, oh, she's a New York City councilwoman, I was thinking, because I just played the president for a season on State of Affairs. I was like, all right. And Cheo Hodari Kokum, our creator and showrunner, said to me, he goes, she's not what it seems. And so he told me, I went, okay, yeah, I am game. I'm down to go all the way into that. So I knew, and I still don't think of Mariah as a villain. If you are some put together thing that morphed up out of a lab or out of a swamp or something, maybe you're a villain. But what people call villains like Mariah, they're people that see things differently than you do. That's where dramatic conflict arises. She is a person, all the way through, she's a person that's trying to honor her family legacy. Most of us don't do that.
I feel like everyone knows someone that is like Mariah in our own families.
But also, most of us don't have the balls to really stand up and protect the family legacy. We start to act on our own individual, for our own individual gain and needs. And so I think that's something very heroic about her.
As a Black actress, when you look for these roles and you get these different types of roles, how important is it for you to portray multifaceted characters on television? Because years and years we see not necessarily stereotypes, but kind of the similar archetypes. And in this show right here, you have a character that's very different, multi-layered. How important is that for you when you're choosing to play different types of roles?
As an African-American actor, I feel if your final portrayal is a stereotype, you haven't done your work. It might be written in a vein that is very familiar to people, but it's up to the actor to find that individual. Stereotypes are there for a reason. They kind of, it's gathered information or perceived information over time by someone. But the problem is the someone was always this one point of view. So I think now there are more voices at the table telling stories, and those stories are being shared more widely. And that's what I love about Netflix, is it's shared around the world. But everybody that's born the billions of people, nobody has the same fingerprints. So my job as an actor is to find what is so specific about a person that fleshes them out. Because you could say, oh, she's middle-aged, she's brown-skinned, she's average height, she's college-educated, she's whatever. She likes mojitos. You're still talking about, 15 million Black women in America. So what even makes you different from your friends? That's the actor's job, is to find that.
I've watched most of the season so far, and there's this very powerful monologue when you go into hiding from Bushmaster, and a monologue when you're telling Gabrielle Dennis's Tilda about her father and how that happened. And it's very, very powerful. How has it been for you to work with having a daughter this season and how that has played into the storyline?
Sometime having a child, we're all not meant to be like, Instagramming and cuddly and all of that. Motherhood is expressed in a lot of different ways. And I think Mariah expresses herself in ways that are not usual to people who do not have a lot of drive and strength. So I would just say, if she does have a child, she has a child, but she is not a mother per se.